When you talk about your performance tonight,
I mean, there's plays that I gotta get better at. When we go back in the film, we gotta fix it. But at the end of the day, my job is to get a W, and that's what we did. Defense stepped up, and I felt like my preparation for this week was a lot better than it was for last week.
How great does this feel right now?
I don't even think it's registered yet. I mean, it's one of those feelings that like, wow, like that's the play that beats them. I mean, they're a good team. I give them all the respect. Actually, I have two guys I know that play. The quarterback went to he works with the guy that I work out with back in Alabama, and then Xavier Michelson, the middle linebacker. Me and him play against each other all of high school. So I mean, there were some familiar faces, but to beat them like that, I mean, it's a great feeling, unreal feeling.
How much did you need to be picked up by everybody after last week's game?
It wasn't really like picking me up. It was more like, okay, Malik, like I'm the guy now for this week, and they just ride around me. I mean, they supported me all through the week. They got me prepared. They helped me out. I remember just staying a little extra after with Herb Waters and Stacey Coley and Rayshon Scott and talking to them and letting them know, hey, listen, when you see this coverage, this is what I'm throwing. And so, I mean, they did a great job preparing for themselves. I mean, I don't know. They helped me along. I mean, they just supported me the whole way through, and I respect them so much for that.
It's like anytime a football team loses a game, the two people are going to get fingers of the head coach and the quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. And so how'd you get rid of that?
I mean, it was one of those things to where, like, you can't let the past kill you, and we got to move on. We knew that Duke was the next team, and they're a coastal game, so this was a huge game for us. And we know next week we got Virginia, so we're going to leave this game behind and focus on Virginia as soon as we touch back. And we just got to get ready. We can't let this win like carry over to next. I mean, of course we want to win, but we can't let like this height. We got to settle back down. We got to get ready for Virginia.
Quarterbacks are usually pretty good at recall, describing what's happening in the field.
Yeah.
What do you see on the kickoff return?
I don't know. I just remember I remember seeing balls going everywhere. I was like, wow. And I remember I saw Corn take off, and I fell to my knees, and I'm looking over, and then he scored. And I don't know, that was one of the most emotional plays I've ever seen in my life.
What about the wait while they were reviewing it? What was that like?
Oh, it was so emotional. I mean, you had people running on the field, and I mean, it was one of those things that, like, I remember seeing just people just sitting around praying. Actually, Linda grabbed my hand and prayed with me too, and I mean, it was one of those things. It was just like I just remember my heart pounding, and once they made the final call, I just never been so happy in my life.
You got knocked out. It looked like just the wind got knocked out of you. Is that what happened?
Yeah, his helmet went like right in my stomach. It kind of hurt, and I just couldn't breathe for a second. They got me up. They asked me what was wrong. I said I was trying to get up. I was like, I just can't breathe right now. They got me to the sideline. I was okay, and I went back in the game.
Is that kind of when you knew it was like, all right, this is for real? You know, I can take the hit and keep on going.
I mean, last week was for real too.
Yeah.
I mean, so it kind of got me ready, and I mean, I knew they were going to play strong. They're a well-coached team. They're very fast, and so I mean, I knew I'd take a couple of big hits, and luckily that was the only big one I took all game, and the offensive line fixed it, and I don't think I got touched the rest of the game.
Last week was pretty rough. Did any doubts ever go in your mind this week, knowing that you're going to play? Like, you know, can I do this?
Not really, and that was kind of the weird thing. I remember talking to Rayshon Scott, and he asked me, he was like, yo, you ready? And I said, honestly, I'm not nervous. And he said, what do you mean? And I just said, like I feel so prepared for this game that there's no reason for me to be nervous. And I remember last week going to Clemson, I was so nervous because, I mean, I prepared, but I didn't prepare the way I should have. And I felt like preparing this week and getting a full week with the ones and getting chemistry with them really helped me out for this game.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Blake.